guys. Welcome back to Ignite You. Today, I have a very special guest with me, a dear friend. Her name is Jakeithia Prejean. Am I saying it right?
Prejean.
Prejean.
You ought to know better.
I know, I'm trying to be proper, but it's Prejean. Jakeithia Prejean with me here today. And I just want to say I'm really excited about today's episode because she has played a very vital role in my walk, in my journey, in entrepreneurship, in life as a whole. So I'm just excited to hear what she has to say about her journey. She is going to explain what her role is at Grambling State University. She's an author. She's a mentor. She's everything, the jack of all trades. So can you explain what your position is at Grambling State University?
Sure. So first of all, I want to say thank you for having me here on Ignite You. I'm very proud of you.
Thank
I'm
you.
happy to be here. But so my role is I am the director of CMAS, which is the Center for Mathematical Advancement for Science and Technology. So basically what I do is we help STEM majors, so science, chemistry, biology, computer science. So I have all those students in my program. We help them. We just research, competitions, all those different things, connect them with jobs and internships, teach them soft skills, all that good stuff. So it's really, really fun. And it's good because Grambling is my alma mater. So I graduated from Grambling, and I was in a similar program when I was an undergrad. So it's amazing because I still get to work with students because, of course, I made that transition out of the classroom, 17 years teaching math and science. So just having that transition in higher ed has been amazing.
Amazing. I love that. No, I love that for you. And also, just to mention, also, I want to say she has her own TV show.
I do.
So it's like I said, she's the jack of all trades. So she's going to explain about her TV show, which is on the Mogul TV network. And so that show is all about her brand, which is what she's wearing today, Reset with Jay. And so can you explain that experience of like Reset and just share like basically what your brand stands for and what does it stand for?
So Reset is a concept that God gave me I want to say in 2011. And I was standing in front of the refrigerator.
Wow.
And the little reset button on the refrigerator, and I saw reset and it just popped out at me. And then I heard this: reset, reevaluate everything so everything thrives. And so the RESET is an acronym. And so I was like, oh my God, I've never heard about that before. And so shortly thereafter, I understood why the reset jumped out at me, because in 2012, I left everything. I left my job, I left my home, I left my friends, I left my church, I left everything. And I moved from Ruston, Louisiana, which is right next to Grambling, and I came back home to Lafayette.
Wow.
And so I had made a whole reset, my whole life, right? A major reset.
Change. After how many years?
I had been up there since I went to college.
See.
So it was 17 years. It was 17
Wow.
years that I had been up there in that area. And so I had made my home comfortable and everything. And so God just called me to a major reset. And so, as time progressed, things, I just would see little bitty things. And the concept didn't really hit me again until 2019. December of 2019. And I just I couldn't shake it. I was like, what's going on with this reset? So I said, let me just start I just started writing stuff down about reset. And then I made this shirts. I did a photo shoot, and then boom, the pandemic hit. And I was
perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
And so when the pandemic hit, I was like, this is a reset. And so I realized
definitely.
why in 2019 I started feeling that reset again. And so what happened was, of course, in March of 2020, we left school shut down and everything. And then when I walked out the building that day, I was like, I got to write this book. Because God had just been dealing with me about, you need to write a book about reset. And I'm like, oh. But I had been writing so many things about reset. I had journal entries and memes and just Facebook posts, and reset was just
all about
the reset.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna write this book. But it took me 2 years
I
to
can
write the
understand.
book because I literally went through what I tell people an internal reset. So
Wow.
like during the pandemic, just sitting there and not having to work, not being in my normal, and I had to sit what I call self-discovery.
I love
And you
that,
just
yeah.
sit with yourself and you think about your thoughts, your actions, the way you think, your perspective. And so everything inside of me, my mindset began to shift. You know,
Right.
so it's like if your mindset shifts, then everything else shifts. And so, you know, we have to have the mind of Christ. You know,
Oh,
'cause I'm
yeah,
talking
of
about the
course.
Lord.
Definitely.
And, you know, and you know, so my God shifted my mindset, but in the same time, a lot of things happened where I had to deal with Jakeithia.
Right.
I had to deal with a lot of childhood issues, and it was just things that I had grieved about, things that because I was like a runner.
Because, you know, you're always going and you're
Right.
always working and you're always, you know,
Giving out to
executing.
people and giving to
Yes,
people.
and so that forced us all to reset, to really sit with ourselves. And so by you doing that internal reset, you were then able to see like, hey, I need to work on this. But sometimes when we're always on a go, it's like hard to detect.
It's hard.
It, you know.
It's hard.
So sometimes, like, even now, we're still on the go, just trying to survive in everyday life. How do you tell people to, you know, reset? Like, how do you encourage that for someone who is always busy, you know?
So you have to prioritize.
Okay.
So my thing is priority. Like people talk about balance and everything is not important. No, everything is not important.
And you're so right. 'Cause-
Everything we make everything important, but everything is not important. And so you have to do what I call chunk size, you know, steps.
Okay.
So you take your top priorities. You say, okay, right now, what do I need to focus on? Am I in a lot of debt? Okay, if I'm in a lot of debt, I need to get out of debt. Let me focus on my finances, right? So we're gonna start with our budget. We're gonna get maybe a financial coach. We're gonna do something simple. Just track every dollar, whatever. That may not be your thing, right? But the biggest thing that I made a priority was my mental health.
Wow.
So during the pandemic in 2021, from January of 2021 to December 1st, 2021, I went through a lot.
Right.
And so I said by June of 2021, I said, I need a therapist. Now, if you would ask me this 10 years ago, I'd be like, I need a therapist. I'm not crazy.
What?
No, but then I got the revelation. You go to the eye doctor. You go to your PCP. You go to your regular doctor. You ladies, we go to the OBGYN.
All of that.
We go to the dentist. We take care of all of our bodies. But when it comes to our mind, which is the most important thing, because how you see things and how you perceive things is so important. So I prioritize my mental health by going to therapy. So basically, you have to know my reset and your reset is totally different.
Right.
Maybe you need to reset your single life. Maybe you need to reset your marriage. Maybe you need to spend more time with your kids. It may not be a huge reset, but it might just be something little that you have to realize. So you have to realize I can't do what they're doing. What is important to me?
Wow.
And what do I need to prioritize? And I try to tell people, like, start with the first 3 things that's important.
Okay.
And focus on that, get that together, and then when you got that together, how you want to get, then move on to something else. And then by
Right.
the time you work through things, like your whole life
It's a
will change.
compound effect.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's a domino effect.
Yeah.
So when I begin to prioritize my mental health, that's when I begin to change. And when you change, then everything else around you
it
changes.
just automatically
It starts
flows.
here. It starts with your
Wow.
mind. It starts with your relationship with God. It starts with those types of things.
I love that. Ooh, it just see this things like that excite me because I'm always in a mode to just do better. I think naturally I just like and I enjoy growing as a person. So just hearing how to reset and just not put that much pressure on myself, it gives me some comfort. Like, okay, it's just take the top 3 things that you feel is most important and then work from there. Because I'm a creator. Of course you are too. And so with creators, we're always thinking of what it is that we can do and execute, and it's like a huge burden to like release, and so sometimes it's overwhelming.
Because let me say this, you have to be intentional. You have to be I had to be very, very intentional with my mental health. I had to take practical steps.
Okay.
Right? So like, for instance, I'm just going to give this as an example. I got a therapist, but also what I did is when we went back to work, like I was doing online classes, I was doing regular classes, you got a mask on, you just, everything is all discombobulated. So what I did is that on that Wednesday, and everybody can't do this,
Right.
but on Wednesdays I would go home and I would just go D&D. And I would
D&D, break it
do
down.
not disturb on my phone. I don't go on
disturb,
social
baby.
media. I don't talk to nobody. You know, I would tell my family, my friends, people, look, if you really need to get me, call twice. I got an iPhone D&D, but I just took that time for myself. And it just made me relax, rest. I would just, some people are like, what would you do? I was like, I don't know, just, it was different things that I would
like
do.
that, though.
Sometimes
It's like,
I would just sit there and watch my favorite movie and laugh. Sometimes I would read. Sometimes I like to sit in silence. When I sit in silence, is, I don't know, people can't do that, but it's like
self-care, it's luxury to
absolutely.
you. You know, like that's
right.
That's
You know,
love.
sometimes you sit there, you take a bubble bath, whatever you like. You know, I just had to be very intentional about
every
it.
Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, and I still do it now. Sometimes, like I don't schedule anything on Wednesday. People are like, can you do it? Nope, it's Wednesday. Nope, and then you have to learn to say no.
That you prioritize that time for
Yes.
yourself.
Yes, and
you have to put it on the calendar.
You have to put it on the calendar. And one of the things that I do is like if I know I'm going to be busy for 3 weeks, that one weekend before the 3 weeks, on the weekend I'll just chill. Don't do nothing. Just be by just chill. So that whenever I get so busy, I've already have rested. So I'm not going into those 3 busy weeks tired already.
I love that.
Right. So yeah.
Ooh, great. Well, this leads me to the next question. How do you discuss, can you discuss basically advice that you give yourself and individuals that are looking to have a reset? Just what do you tell yourself to just get started? You know, when you're not motivated, when you're not feeling like doing it.
Don't be afraid.
Okay. I love
Don't
that.
be afraid because, and it doesn't always have to be a huge reset, right? I've been through a lot of major, huge resets,
right?
But like when I moved back to Grambling, that was a huge reset. But everything doesn't have to be like that. Like I did, like sometimes you just little bitty things, and I tell myself, don't be afraid. You have to do it because you're gonna be better. Yes. When you're done, you're going to be better. And then by you being better, you help other people to be better.
Absolutely.
Because you going through things and doing things, it's never just about you.
It's never.
Like, God didn't put me on this earth just for Jakeithia. Right. I can't be selfish. You know, God didn't put you on earth. God put you on earth to ignite people. God put me on earth to reset people. That's part of it. That's not the whole thing, but that's part of it. Yeah. So, excuse me, at the end, I'm like, it's not about me.
It's not.
It is about me, but it's not just about me. Because of course we have to.
He cares about that too.
Right. He cares about us, and we have to care about ourselves too. And so it's like I tell myself, number one, don't be afraid. Number two, you need to be better, and it'll help other people be better, and then it'll move you more into your purpose as you continue on this journey of destiny. Like you have to do it. Like, and then I think myself at the end, I said, time is of the essence. I mean, we're gonna blink and it's gonna be June again.
We need to just stop playing with our lives.
Stop playing with our lives. No,
seriously. No,
seriously.
I had a huge awakening when it comes to just stop taking things lightly as far as purpose goes.
Take things for granted.
And taking things for granted. Just get serious about what you're put on earth to do, because when you do that, I find it's more fulfilling anyway. Absolutely. I'm much more happy, and I'm in a place where I can, just breathe, but I'm moving forward, but I'm actually at peace. That's mentally, spiritually, I'm just like at peace whenever I know I said, yes, God, whatever you lead me to do, whatever my purpose is. Stop being afraid and feeling like that imposter syndrome, like I don't belong or I'm not qualified.
Not good
All
enough.
Of these things that come to mind. I'm scared to put things out there because what do people say? Like, all of those things can cripple you and stop you from actually going forward. So I appreciate friends and people that are in my life like you who kind of push me outside of my comfort zone and just say, look, just do it. Stop overthinking and just do it.
Just take a step.
Each small step, what I've learned from you is each small step has led me to open doors and opportunities, but it didn't take place it took place by me just stepping out,
Right.
and stop being afraid.
Yeah.
What scripture do you stand on for your, like, what's your life's motto or scripture that you hold on to? That
Romans 8:28.
Okay,
All
break it
things.
down, please.
All means all.
All.
Right? All things work together for the good to those that love God and who are called according to his purpose. And so all things work together for the good. So that's the bad, the ugly, the everything, the drama, the trauma. Everything has a purpose. Whenever all things work together, it's like a puzzle.
Okay.
For the good to those who love God. You love God and you're called according to his purpose. Everybody's called according to God's purpose, but everybody has not stepped into that lane or knowing the purpose. So when you step into it and you understand that, then you be like, okay, so the childhood trauma and the drama and this I went through and that I went through and this I went through, that's all working together because for my good. Because what happens is that it makes me who I am.
I'm about to cry. Let me not cry.
It makes me who I am. And so don't ever disregard what you went through, especially if you love God and you're called according to his purpose. And when you step into that, you understand, okay, I was talkative in class because I'm supposed to be a speaker. Right?
Wait.
I got F's in conduct. Or for me, I didn't talk a lot. I was really, really introverted.
Oh, wow.
And shy, right? Crazy.
I was always in trouble for talking. So,
see, I wasn't. And so it was like, now people like I'm a natural introvert.
Right.
I'm kind of like both.
Yeah, you
like I'm both. I need my time, but then I need to
connect.
I need to connect with people, but then it goes only so much. And
Yeah.
then right.
I get it,
So,
yeah.
but you understand that. By me being quiet, even when I was young, it caused me to think. But then it can be, you got to be careful because I overthink. Because I got a science brain. I'm a science girl. Ooh, so then, again, all things work together for the good. Especially when you understand that you made mistakes, but the mistakes work out. Because God is a redeemer. Mm-hmm. God is a sustainer. And he's a restorer. So even the things that you went through, God will restore and never live in regret. Because God will, if you ask God to redeem the time, I made this mistake, God redeem it.
Wow.
And he will, baby, I could tell you some stories. God will redeem it.
You
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's my scripture. That. Romans 8:28.
8:28. I don't have a favorite scripture, but I always think about Jeremiah 29:11. And I always think about everything just working out. He knows the plans. He knows everything. So just trust in that. And sometimes I get in my own way whenever I'm not putting that scripture in the front of what I'm doing. When I'm doing things my way, I said it on the last podcast, it goes south. Like failure, depression, anxiety, it's I feel like whenever you're outside of God's will, it just automatically comes with those things. Just stress, unwanted drama. But as soon as you say yes, a lot of people are afraid to say yes because they think it comes with more warfare or more. But I can truly say, when you say yes, God got you.
He got you.
Like he got you.
He got you.
Like he got you. Witness. He got you.
He got you.
Okay. Yes. So, what are some upcoming projects that you would like to announce? If you don't, it's fine. But what is something that you're excited about for your future?
So I'm excited because very soon I have a tentative date, so I don't want to say it, but be on the lookout in June.
Okay.
We're going to have a reset conference
Awesome.
in Lafayette, Louisiana for the whole family. So we're talking about the woman, the man, and the youth, the teenagers. I love kids. I taught 17 years, middle school, high school. They need a lot. So be on the lookout for that. Of course, I have 2 books.
Yes, talk about that.
ResetWithJ.com. You can go and find my first book. It's called Reset, Reevaluate Everything So Everything Thrives. I released that one in May of 22, and then I did an anthology, which means that it's myself and 9 other authors. And it's called The Reset Journey from Surviving to Thriving. It's real life stories of people going through resets and coming out of that survival mode and really living and thriving and becoming their best self. And so I have that came out in September of 23. And so, so those are some good, I'm shocked, but I'm excited.
Excited.
About it,
You should be. I'm so proud of you.
Think I would be an author, but hey, here I am.
And not just an author, like an exceptional author, like phenomenal. I mean, the words really speak life. I mean, anytime I'm feeling discouraged, I'll pull out that book. Okay, what do I need to do to get back on track? So I would definitely recommend you guys get both versions, because you want to hear different people's stories, different perspectives on how to come out or how to just get started. So I would encourage you all to follow Jakeithia, to stay in touch with what she has going on. If you would like, if someone wants to follow you as far as social media, what's your name on there?
Jakeithia Prejean. On Facebook, on Instagram is reset.with.j. It's also reset with J on Facebook. I have another page for that, and then also Reset with Jay on the Mogul TV Global Network, where you can look at the last 3 seasons. So basically, if you have Roku TV or Amazon Fire Stick, you can just download the Mogul TV Global Network, or you can go to the moguls.tv and you can watch those episodes. They are there. And so I'm excited. I'm also excited about my channel. So now I have a channel on the Mogul TV Global Network, and that basically is the Reset and Thrive channel. And so basically what that means is that I can invite other podcast hosts or TV show hosts to come on and be a part of the channel. And then they can just put it, you can have your own TV show. So I'm excited about that, because that just came about. So I'm working on getting that. So those are some upcoming projects that I have, along with some other things that I have no idea about, that I know that God is going to just give me to do.
Yes.
So I'm excited. Awesome. I love that. I'm also available to speak. I'm a speaker as well. And so, I'm excited.
Yes. Well, I'm so glad you are here today. Just spending time on, at my house, igniting me, of course, helping me realize to reset us all. And I'm just grateful for what God is doing as well in my life, and how He's connected us to encourage one another in our walk. It's important to find people who ignite you, who push you. And so I would just encourage you all to find a tribe that's going to help bring that fire out, so you can thrive. So stay in touch. Be looking out for the next episode. And remember, everyone has a spark that can turn into a flame if you ignite it. Have a good one. Bye.